I have my head covered because I'm being told to cover my crown right now. I usually use my Divine Hair Oil, link in bio, to protect my crown, but I ain't oil my hair. So anyway, let's see what you need to hear right now. There's a lot going on in terms of the collective going through a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of readers talking about it, but let's talk about what you need to hear right now as opposed to what's going on with other people and what they think about you. And that's no shade to any other readers. I just want to get y'all on another path right now. So that energy's been lingering. That's my dog you hear eating my day. You're very close to achieving your goals. Yeah, and this is something that I feel like the collective needs to be focusing on right now, because I get it. Like, you want to know what's going on around you. You want to know what enemies are around you, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they're there, right? And they're not going anywhere, right? So you might as well get cut off. But you already know that you're going to have enemies. You have a lot of enemies. You have a lot of jealous people around you. You already know that you're aware that they're not really going anywhere, right? So right now what the focus should be on is how to move forward from here, because you're always going to be stuck in this cycle of constantly worrying about who said what about you, what are they thinking, can you trust this person, blah, blah, blah. Well, you need to be getting in touch with yourself and your own intuition so that you don't have to depend solely on, readings on tarot, on TikTok, or, whatever the case may be, or like over analyzing different things and getting yourself wrapped up in confusion. And it just becomes really messy, and then we don't need that right now. So right now what you need to be focusing on is the adjustments that you need to be making right now at this time. This is what you need to be focusing on, the adjustment that you need to be making in order for you to move forward, because you're stuck between battling the past and the people who keep trying to come in and all these people who keep trying to deter you off your path, and then you're also battling what you're trying to manifest, but you're not really taking the action. So it's putting you in these in-between stages. Somebody's a Virgo, but it's putting you in these in-between stages where like your half of you is in the past or stuck on what other people are thinking and saying and blah 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 and what they're doing, and the other half of you is wondering where your manifestations are, but you haven't been putting much action towards this, right? You can't just like somebody's journaling or writing stuff down, and that's cool and dandy and all, but you also have to put motion in the 3D. As much as we don't like to operate in the 3D, a lot of us don't believe that the 3D is real, blah blah blah, but at the end of the day we are here, so you have to be able to put some type of logical action in the forefront, and back that up with the spirituality, back that up with the manifestations and the spiritual work and the cleanses and all the things that you're doing. You need to surrender to the divine and stop trying to control the situation. You need to surrender to the divine and stop trying to control when it's going to happen. Why is this not happening yet? Why is it happening for this person and not that person? Another thing I'm hearing is somebody needs to be careful about their thought process when they see other people who are successful at this time. Be careful about that lack mindset you end up developing when you see people in a position you feel you should be in. It's causing a negative effect on your manifestations, because a lot of y'all, you realize that you were chosen, you realize that you have a purpose here, you realize that you are the one in your family that's supposed to break the generational cycles and such. And all that is true. But some of you guys have been in the ego form of that, where you think that you cannot be punished for negative actions or for not learning from your mistakes, and you will be by your own team. And it's not something that, this doesn't mean that they'll, we're going to snatch this blessing from you or anything like that. They just want you to stay on your path and make sure you're operating from a high vibrational space, and not just rah saying that you are, but then hating on the next person or saying something negative about people, gossiping about them, trying to figure out what did they do wrong in order to get this. They must have done, when just because you're not in the space that you feel you're supposed to be in. A lot of you guys are going to have a hard time admitting that you're doing that, but you are. I feel it in the energy here. And it's just because you've been caught up, and it's just because you're literally watching everyone around you. You are watching people get these blessings and things like that, but it's just not, you have to surrender to the divine. It's not your time yet. And the more you try to press them, the longer they're going to make you wait, because you're not learning your lesson. It's as simple as that. And they're not going, as much as you give offers and things like that in here, they're not going to speed the process up for you. You have to there's only one road to take here if you want what you want. Something about apples. I'm hearing something about apples. Somebody could like apples. I don't know, maybe somebody's going apple picking. I don't even know if that's still going on right now. It's snowing. But something about apples I just heard. Don't let your pride, this was perfect. Don't let your pride get in the